Welcome! We are looking at one of the very few plants that I didn't share with you in my Przyroda w Mieszkaniu channel. This is oleander. This is a plant that spends most of the year outside on the deck, which you can see on the other side of the window. It's all covered with snow. So oleander wouldn't be happy in those conditions. So when there is a danger of frost, at the very last moment, somewhere in the middle of fall, end of fall, depending on the year, I take it back home. And then in the beginning of May, or maybe even earlier, depending on the year, I take it outside. Because unlike cacti and unlike other plants that I keep outside throughout the year, that are from very warm climates, that are from dry and warm climates, succulents, they cannot withstand low temperatures when it's wet. However, oleander is perfectly happy when it's just above zero and it's raining. It doesn't mind that kind of weather at all. However, I have a problem with it during winter time because I don't have that much space where to keep it. So I keep it in the bathroom, but just to film it, I took it here because there is not enough light and not enough space in the bathroom to make a video about it. Let's look at it from a little bit closer. Okay, so this is it. This is my oleander again from a little bit closer. In the pot, in the pot, you can also see some dried up marigolds because I planted marigolds in the pot, so even the bottom of the plant is colorful. I left some of them here, and I will keep them here till I take the plant outside again, and then I will plant the seeds, and the cycle will start all over again. It is a plant that is blooming beautifully in the summertime. It is pink, but when I bought it, I don't remember when, a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that. When I bought it, it was very, very, very it was white with a pinkish hue to it. And then I realized that it was because it is in a greenhouse where there was not that much light in the nursery. And when I took it outside, the pink color came as pure pink. There is no doubt that it is a pink variety, and I bought it just because it was whitish pink. But when I took it back to my bathroom from outside, it was still in bloom, and few flowers opened, and when they opened, they were whitish pink, and that's how I realized that it's a matter of light, or rather lack of light. Oleander is a very toxic plant. That's why it is not recommended for people who have small children who might chew on the leaves. That's why it is not recommended for people who have cats, for example, because the cats have a tendency to chew on leaves and on plants. It will not, if ingested, an oleander leaf will not kill a grown-up, full-size person, human, but it might get that person sick. However, a cat or a child with much smaller size, for a cat or for a child, the ingestion of even a single leaf might be fatal. So it is not a good plant to keep when you have pets or children. It is a beautiful plant, though. When I bought it just because it looked so beautifully, and it was covered with flowers. It was, however, it was not only covered with flowers. When I took it home, when I brought it home, I realized that it was also covered with scale. And scales are quite nasty, but they are relatively easy to get rid of if someone is consistent. So what I did, and it took me about 2 months to get rid of the scales, but it was, once they were gone, they were gone. And fortunately, they didn't spread to other plants. I was giving this plant a bath once every week, once every 10 days for, well, about 5 times. And I showered it, and I washed all the leaves and all the stems with a soapy sponge. The soap is reducing the surface tension of the water, and that way it can penetrate into the tracheas of insects. So it basically drowns mature insects. So what one needs to do, one needs to scrape the scale with the sponge, and on the inside there will be an insect with and the eggs as well. So the insect under that scale would be killed by the soapy water, and the eggs would not die. They would hatch about a week later or 10 days later. So it's very important to repeat that process a few times. And once all the eggs have hatched, and all the scaly scales that are covering the stems mainly, not as much the leaves, but the stems, because the leaves are quite leathery, but there were some scales on the leaves as well, mainly on the stems. So once all the scales is gone and all the eggs were allowed to hatch, and then the insects that hatch from the eggs were also removed, then the plant was safe to be brought back to where to a proximity of other plants as well, without any risk of spreading the disease, the insect, to other plants. It is a very easy plant to take care of. It is originating from Mediterranean areas, and that's where the plant grows outdoors. So it will probably be possible. It would be possible to keep it outside even when there is a very short period of temperatures below zero. But I didn't want to try. I didn't want to risk it, especially that here the winters can be really harsh. So it would have been necessary to bring it back anyways later on. It is very easy, as I said, to take care. The only thing it needs regular watering, and that's it. And it's also very easy to propagate. Just cut a stem and put it in a glass of water, and it will produce roots, and the rooted cutting will be ready to plant in the soil. I am very fond of this oleander. I hope you like it too, and maybe during the summertime I will make another video about it and show you the flowers, the pink flowers, and show you how beautiful it can be when it's covered with bloom. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you like the plant as much as I do. Have a great day.